Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving deep into the wild world of iPhone rumors. If you're as excited as I am about Apple's next big thing, you're in the right place. We've got less than 2 weeks until the big event, and I've pulled together everything we know so far from reliable sources like Macworld and Engadget. Stick around because this is going to be a full breakdown on the iPhone 17 lineup, including that new Air model, killer colors, the event date, and all the specs that have me hyped. Let's jump right in. So, first off, the iPhone 17 is set to drop at Apple's epic event called Awe-Dropping on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. Yeah, you heard that right. It's happening at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's just around the corner from now, since we're talking late August here. Pre-orders should kick off on Friday, September 12th, and the phones will hit stores on September 19th. If history repeats itself, that's the standard Apple timeline we've seen with past launches like the iPhone 16 last year on September 9th, 2024. Oh, and there's talk of an iPhone 17e coming later in spring 2026, probably as a more budget-friendly option. Now, pricing-wise, things might get a tiny bit spicier because of those tariffs floating around. The base iPhone 17 could start around $799 to $849, up from a usual entry point. That's just an average estimate based on what analysts are saying. Nothing official yet, but Apple might pass on some cost to us consumers. The iPhone 17 Air, which is replacing the old Plus model, is rumored to be about $899 to $949. Then you've got the Pro at $999 to $1,049, and the Pro Max pushing $1,199 to $1,249. All in US dollars, of course. If there's an iPhone 17e, it might stick around $599, similar to the iPhone 16e that launched earlier this year. Fingers crossed Apple doesn't hike it too much, but hey, with inflation and trade stuff, who knows? All right, let's talk about the star of the show, the iPhone 17 Air. Man, this thing is going to be insanely thin, like the slimmest iPhone ever at just 6.25 millimeters thick. That's thinner than anything we've seen before, and it's replacing that bulky Plus version. Picture this, a 6.65-inch LTPO display with a smooth 120 Hz refresh rate, but without the full promotion tech. It's got a titanium aluminum alloy build to keep it from bending under pressure. Smart move, right? Colors for the Air? Black, white, a light blue that's Pantone 657U, and a light gold that's Pantone Gardenia. Super sleek vibes. Battery on the Air is a trade-off for that slimness. Around 2,800 milliamp hours, which is smaller than what we're used to, but hey, it'll still get you through the day with iOS 26 optimizations. Camera setup is simple. A single 48MP Fusion rear camera and that upgraded 24MP True Depth front cam for killer selfies. No physical SIM slot either. eSIM only, keeping it ultra-modern. Charging? Up to 50W MagSafe, which is a huge jump. And it's running the A19 processor, probably the standard version. Leaks from folks like U1122 and CISA Journal back this up, and there's even dummy models floating around on YouTube showing how thin it really is. I can't wait to hold one. It's like Apple took the AirTag from their laptops and made it real for phones. Shifting gears to the standard iPhone 17. This bad boy rocks a 6.27-inch 120 Hz LTPO display, bringing that buttery smooth scrolling to the base model for the first time. Colors are on point. Black, white, steel gray, green, purple, and light blue. It's got the A19 chip under the hood, 24MP front camera, 50W MagSafe, and starts at that $799-ish price. Design-wise, it's similar to the iPhone 16, with vertically stacked cameras and a narrow bump. No fancy camera bar here, but still solid upgrades across the board. Now, for the pros, let's get into the iPhone 17 Pro. Same 6.27-inch LTPO display, but with full 120 Hz promotion and always on display. Colors pop with black, white, gray, like natural titanium, dark blue, and orange. That's a very dark indigo and a vibrant papaya orange. Bold choices. Powered by the A19 Pro with a vapor chamber for better cooling, 12 gigabytes of RAM to handle Apple Intelligence like a champ. Camera upgrades include a 48MP telephoto with 3.5x optical zoom and that 24MP front shooter. Plus, a new camera bar that spans the whole width of the phone and maybe an extra camera control button on the top edge. Battery isn't specified, but expect solid life and 50W MagSafe charging. Price around $999. Worth it for creators and power users. And don't sleep on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This beast has the highest capacity battery ever at 5,000 milliamp hours, about 8% more than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. That means longest lasting iPhone to date, especially with tweaks for heat management like a steel body for better dissipation. 6.86-inch LTPO display with promotion and always on. Same killer colors as the Pro: black, white, gray, dark blue, and orange. A 19 Pro chip with vapor chamber, 12 gigabytes RAM, upgraded 48MP telephoto, 24MP front cam, and the full-width camera bar. Starts at about $1,199. Leaks from Instant Digital and Majin have me believing this one's a monster for battery life and performance. Across the whole lineup, we're seeing some game-changing features. All models get LTPO displays for 120Hz refresh rates, even the non-Pro ones, though without variable rates like promotion. The dynamic island might shrink on the Pro Max, according to mixed rumors from Jeff Pu and Ming-Chi Kuo. Processors are A19 for base and Air, the 19 Pro for the Pros. RAM jumps to 12 gigabytes on Pros, and maybe even the base if supplies allow. Charging is a big win. 50W MagSafe thanks to Qi 2.2 and whispers of reverse wireless charging for Pros. Wireless tech includes Apple's own Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip and Qualcomm modems for now. Antenna tweaks on the Pro around the camera bar for better 5G signal. Majin Buu says it'll cut interference and boost performance in crowded spots. Camera-wise, the whole series gets that 24MP true depth front camera, double the pixels for sharper selfies, and 2x zoom without losing quality. That's from analyst Jeff Pu. Pros get the 48MP telephoto with 3.5x zoom and possibly up to 8x with crop modes. There's talk of a mechanical aperture for more control over depth of field, like on some Androids. And for vloggers, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman says Apple is pushing video features hard, maybe with a new Pro camera app. The camera bar on Pro, Pro Max, and Air is a redesign, full width, as seen in dummy units from Sonny Dixon and Majin Buu. Oh, and an extra button for camera controls on Pros. Colors are tailored per model, confirmed by Pantone codes from internal docs. Base iPhone 17 has that fresh palette I mentioned. Air keeps it light and airy. Pros go bold with the Indigo and Papaya. Leaks from Foundry and Macworld show side-by-side comparisons, like the Air's lighter blue versus the base's deeper one. Sonny Dixon even posted dummy models in these hues on X. Looks promising. What about software? All iPhones ship with iOS 26, which dropped its naming to match the year. It's got this new liquid glass design, translucent layers and highlights for a glassy, depth-filled look across Apple devices. Apps are revamped. Phone gets call screening and hold assist to detect when someone's back on the line. Messages now has polls for group chats, perfect for deciding dinner spots. Maps uses AI for personalized routes based on your habits. AI features like live translation in phone, FaceTime, and messages, sensitive content warnings that blur nudity in FaceTime for kids, and visual intelligence to search images with AI. Plus, no more 9-minute snooze tyranny. Finally, Mark Gurman says Apple held back some features from WWDC, so expect iPhone 17 exclusives. It's compatible back to iPhone 11, and public beta's out now. Other stuff? The event might tease Apple Watch Series 11, maybe an Ultra 3 or updated SE, all on watchOS 26. AirPods Pro refresh? New AirTags? Who knows? Rumors point to Apple TV, HomePod Mini, and iPads later, but September's iPhone focused. Mac rumors spotted product IDs in betas hinting at that. One more thing. Design leaks show the Pro might switch to all-aluminum chassis for lighter weight. Per Majin Buu, Air's battery is super thin at 2.49 millimeters. And cases? New tech-woven ones with lanyard holes in gray/black, blue, green, purple, orange. Liquid silicone in 8 shades like deep orange and grass green. Wrapping this up, guys, the iPhone 17 lineup sounds like a solid evolution. Thinnest Air, biggest battery Pro Max, better cameras, faster charging, and iOS 26 goodies. Events September 9th. Mark your calendars. If tariffs hit, prices might nudge up to around $50 more, but base at $799-ish keeps it accessible. What do you think, grabbing the Air or sticking with Pro Max? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe for more tech scoops, and hit that bell. Thanks for watching. Peace out.